What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me. 10,000 steps. Continue on. Let's talk about moving in with a woman. I had the wind blowing my strings all over the place. But moving in with a woman, I don't think it's a great idea. There's situations where I have seen it work out, but there's a lot more situations where it didn't work out. And when I mean moving in with a woman, I'm talking about she has her place and you move in with her. I don't think that's a good idea, fam. You especially don't want to have a place of your own. You got some lease going or whatever. You breaking the lease, giving up your place, and then moving in her place with her. No, no. Keep your place. The only way you move in, if the two of you have gotten married, okay. At that point, you want to combine resources. I mean, I've seen some people after getting married keep a separate place. I don't know what the use of that was. I don't really be digging in people's business like that, so I don't know what the use of that was. Maybe they kept it as just like an escape to go do their thing when they wanted to do whatever and the kids was around. Because when you got kids around and you trying to do this and that, it seemed like the kids they want to follow you everywhere. They don't want to give you any type of break. There's some meme that I saw where there's a married couple there in the bed. The kids are asleep. The husband is knocked out too. The wife wakes up. She nudges the husband. The husband wakes up. He looks at her and she signals to him to leave. So they get up. They're tiptoeing out of the room. And unbeknownst to them, the kids are tiptoeing behind them. And I got a kick out of that because it's so silly, but I get it. The kids, when you trying to do this and that, it's like they know, they're intentionally cock blocking. So maybe that's why they, held on to one of them. The woman will move in with him after they've gotten married and, they keep leasing her place. Or the man will keep his lease and move in with her. I don't know. But if you're married, okay, fine. You're expected to move in together. But it's the keeping the extra place that I'm not so sure what's up with that. But if you are not married, bro, do not give up your place. Do not give up your place and move in with some chick. And I'm going to tell you why. You're going to move in with her. She's, of course, going to expect you to split the bills. Whatever. You're splitting the bills. It's not a big deal to you. But it really doesn't matter. You're splitting the bills. You're never going to be viewed as equal to her. And what do I mean by that? Well, because you moved in with her and not her moving in with you, she is always gonna, in the back of her mind, see this as being her place because it's in her name. And as a result, she has a leg up over you, an advantage over you. When women have their name on something, they do not let you forget it. And this isn't any sort of dig against women in any way, shape, or form. But, ladies, for any of you that are watching this video, you know what I'm talking about. You may not like hearing it, but you know what I'm talking about. You've either known one of your girlfriends to do this or you've done it yourself. And that's why you feel some sort of way about me saying it, because you think I'm talking directly to you. I'm not. These are just general behaviors, so don't take it personally. I'm not attacking you directly. But we know this happens. When women have their name on something, they don't let you forget it. I had a situation where a woman moved in with me. Now we weren't even together. We were more like just roommates. And we had a bit of a disagreement. And everything was in my name. Now she bugged me about letting some things be in her name. So she didn't just feel like if we had a disagreement, I could just tell her to get out. Now, I was never going to do that, but I guess she just whatever mental gymnastics was going on in her mind, this gave her some sort of feeling of security. So I agreed. I let her put the internet in her name, just the internet, nothing else. We had some disagreement. She left, went to go stay with friends for a few days. And okay, let me give you this part first before I tell you the rest of it. The whole reason why I kept everything in my name is because I know that if I get upset or something, I'm not going to go turning stuff off on some petty nonsense. And I was dealing with a woman, and I knew that the potential for that existed. And I told her that was the reason why I didn't want her name in anything. She swore she was different. She wasn't going to be like that. She'd never do that, yada, yada, yada. All right, now that you have that bit of information, let's get back to where we were. We got into a disagreement. She left. She was living with, not living with. She just kind of was staying with her friends for a few days, like 3-4 days, something like that. I remember sitting down to watch TV. We had the whole Comcast thing going with the internet and cable. And I sit down, I'm watching TV. I was in the middle of watching some show. It might have been like Hogan Knows Best or something like that. It cut out in the middle of me watching. I couldn't freaking believe it. It cut out in the middle of me watching. The service was just gone. When I went over to my laptop to try to, see if the internet was on, it was not. So she had it shut off. Now, I'm sick about it because I was really annoyed. Like, this is the sort of goofy stuff that I didn't want to deal with, of why I didn't want her to have nothing in her name to begin with. Because I want my stuff to work. I don't have time for dealing with people's feelings and emotions and all that. To try to, dig at me. They're going to do something extremely petty, like turning stuff off. See, the reason why it's never going to go off if it's in my name is because I don't have time for that stuff. I'm not about to get on the phone, wait, through the line, the little stupid recording with the awful music in the background, and then every few seconds updating you what your place is in line, and then going back to playing the loud, god-awful music. I don't want to experience that, to turn something off, and then, a few days later when I'm over whatever it is I was upset about, I now have to go through that process again to turn it off. I know I'm not going to go through that. So I just wanted stuff in my name. So she had the stuff turned off. When she finally came back, I made mention, of course, this is why I didn't want anything in your name. You did literally the very thing I said I didn't want to have to deal with. You did the very thing. She denied and denied and denied that she turned the stuff off. Denied it. She got on the phone, called them, got everything set back up, so we were able to end up getting internet and cable back on. But she denied and denied. She never admitted for the remainder of the time we living together. She always denied that she ever had the stuff turned off. But come on now, why else did it get turned off? You claim you had paid the bill. Why did the service suddenly get interrupted? And that was another thing that I was surprised by, is that the bill had been paid. So for them to shut it off was just weird to me, because usually if you want to get something shut off, if you kind of already paid for it, it's going to stay on to the next billing cycle. But I don't know. It might have been different with them at the time. It might have been where they'll shut it off and they'll just kind of like do some sort of credit back to your credit card. I've had that happen to me before, dealing with utilities or whatever. You have it shut off now, and they'll come up with some sort of figure based on what the amount was you paid and how many days you have left. They'll come up with some sort of figure and give you some sort of kickback. I'm not going to pretend like that never has happened. That definitely has happened. So maybe that was the situation, but regardless, she had that stuff turned off, and that was exactly what I didn't want to deal with. So here I am. This is my place, mind you. This is my place. And her just having her name on something, she's already trying to use it as leverage in a disagreement. So she did that with just a bill. What do you think is going to happen to you if you living with a chick and everything is in her name? Bro, come on. Stop it. You living with some chick, everything is in her name. You done moved in with her. She is going to challenge everything you say. She is going to give you pushback on everything. She's going to be disagreeable a lot more because psychologically she feels like she's the man in the relationship because you moved in with her. She's sheltering you. So don't do it, man. Do not move in with no chick. You could have her move in with you, even though I don't think that's a great idea. If she moves in with you, she at least knows she doesn't have that psychological edge over you of, this is my place. You know, because think about it. If you move in with a chick, you know, everything's going to be fine and dandy while y'all getting along. But please believe there's going to come an argument where, you know, she going to feel some sort of way and she going to tell you get out. So just don't put yourself in a scenario like that, wow, where everything is good. Oh, this is our place. And when something happens, get out, get out, get out. Because that's going to be the song you're going to hear, you know, whenever y'all have a disagreement. Men's to society, I don't want any trouble, just get out. That's what you're going to get without fail. Some of you have already been in this situation. I'm speaking the gospel to you. You've already done this. You've already made this mistake. This message is getting to you too late. You're like, Chris, I wish you would have told me this sooner. You done already been through this situation. You're on the other side of it. Some of you that are going to hear this message, she with you right now. You watching this on your phone, and she's sitting by you on the couch, hearing me say this. And she talking about, I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't she wish I didn't know what I was talking about? I know exactly what I was talking about, because not only is the example that I'm giving, you know, good examples that make sense, they probably apply to your life. She's likely done these things to you and hates the fact that I'm calling this as straight as I am. She's feeling attacked right now. I'm gonna leave it here though. Y'all understand where I'm going with this. Don't move in with a woman. Keep your own place. Hell, go back to your parents if you have to. If you find yourself in a bind and you don't have anywhere to go, staying with your woman is an absolute last option. You better go back and ask your parents if you can stay with them, man. Do not move in with that woman, because you're going to be paying half the bills, and in some case all of the bills, and you're still going to be looked at as being lower than her. So don't even put yourself in no silly situation like that. Hit me with them comments. Let me know what y'all think. Thumbs up this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to holler at y'all soon. Peace.